All right, what's happening, everyone? Welcome to another edition of my ICC cricket thoughts. And it's my match review. I believe it was match 37 of the ICC Cricket World Cup between my home team Bangladesh and one of one of the teams who made us look good for quite some time, New Zealand. Okay, this was in one aspect was a no consequence match because both of us we were qualified already. We have for the quarterfinals, but our placing on where we would end up would actually come into question. Once this is over, excuse me, and depending on the results. Okay, let's jump right into the review. Okay. This was a very overcast morning or overcast afternoon. New Zealand won the toss and elected to field first. And first thing, what you see, Brandon McCullum and Shakib walks out. And he said that Marshall Murtaza is actually he's feeling a bit under the weather and he's just saving himself for the big game in the quarterfinals. Okay. New Zealand won the toss, elected to field first, and at this point I thought Bangladesh already lost half the match. Because the form in which Trent Boult, Tim Southee are in, they can generate some serious devastation with the opening, with the opening spell. They can get some serious devastation with the opening spell. Okay, Murtaza and Arafat Sani were out. Tajul Islam and Nasser Hussain were in. In hindsight, maybe okay, play Tajul Islam because give him a game. But then again, in that case, maybe you should have given Shafil Islam a game as well, because you're bringing him in place of somebody else. Maybe in place of Taskin Ahmed, put in Shafil Islam or something. Okay, opening batsmen were Tim Southee. No, opening bowlers. The opening bowler were Tim Southee and Trent Boult, and the opening batsmen were Tommy Ball and Imrul Kayes. Okay, now here's one thing to notice. Just like Bangladesh have a plethora of left-arm batsmen on the top of the order, New Zealand have a plethora of left-arm bowlers to open up the innings. Because today, I believe Adam Mills' replacement, Seamus, Mitchell McClenaghan, actually was in the side, and he's also a left armer. Okay, the ball was moving big time, and I mean big time. And this is something the team that's gonna face New Zealand will have to figure out how to tackle the not only the left right combination in in batting, but in left right combination batting can be confusing for the bowlers, but left right combination of bowling can also be confusing for the batsman. He starts with the maiden, and given how much the ball is moving, I'm okay, just somehow just squeeze the signal out of nowhere. Okay, and once again almost half the fielders are around they're on screen. Half the playing side is on screen while the bowler is coming into ball. That shows you what an attacking mind frame McCullum had to begin with. Okay, this is why after the first 5 overs, BD were 4 for 0. There's some very good bowling, but 4 for 0 will not get you a semi-final spot, because I'm looking at semi-final spot now, yo. Okay, 5.4 over Trent Bolt gets him Mulcahy, and this was a heck of a delivery, man. This was a heck of a delivery. This was that. I mean, not that Wasim Akram reverse swing thing, but this had fucking swing, yo. It pitched around middle-ish, and then just swung and took off and just clipped the top of off. So there was nothing Case could do, and given that pace, Case had to play the line. It's just like he was beaten by swing. Bangladesh 4 for 1. Case was gone for 2. The new batsman was Somaya Sarkar, and after this match, I actually proposed him moving up the order. Okay, 9.4 overs. T.I. Tamim Iqbal, he I just want to Bolt, and Bolt is bowling like a motherfucking beast, but fuck, man. Again, Tamim Iqbal goes cheaply, and again, the middle order have to rescue it, have to do the opener's job again. He's gone for 13, and Bangladesh for 27 for 2. And the new batsman is Mahmudullah. Okay. After Bangladesh were 29 for 2, and at this point I was thinking ain't no America gonna happen here, man. Bangladesh are gonna get crushed. Okay, and I'm like, Tamim Iqbal, he needs the fucking in the ass by his wife's 15-inch dildo. Okay, 15-inch dildo, fucking worn on the leg of a horse, right? And the horse is trying to stomp that dildo, into Tamim Iqbal's ass as far as it can go, because the way he's playing is fucking bullshit. Okay, Mitchell McClenaghan to bowl the, I believe it's the 13th. Alright, so here comes Mitchell Seamus McClenaghan. Okay, and look at that beard cut and tell me he doesn't look like Seamus. Look at that beard cut and the big forehead, right? Big forehead, and tell me he doesn't look like Seamus. Okay, he comes left arm over. Okay, 12. Okay, 12.4 over balance 50 or up. Okay, because the Bangladesh should have been very careful, because New Zealand are in form. England, by the way, it took them they had 25 overs to chase down 101 runs. 25 overs to chase down 101 runs, and they won the match with 41 balls remaining. 101 runs. They should have been finished in 11 overs. This showed an unconvincing win by England. And yes, England. Yes, I've seen an article with a question. My answer is yes. Bring back KP. Bring back KP and get rid of Alistair Cook. He's once Cook comes back, get rid of him. He's one of the biggest problems. Okay, 14th over, you had a good counter attack of 14 runs in that over. It was 72 for 2 were BD. Okay, and at that point I'm thinking this is a small ground in Saturn Park. In Hamilton, this is a small ass ground. Anything less than 300, BD gonna lose. And that's why the opening becomes so much more important. The one time our opening batsman fired was against Scotland, we scored more than 300. Okay, and yes, there was a small insect problem over here. I don't know what the hell that is. And ground staff, notes for ground staff. Okay, okay. The vet man to bowl the 15, Daniel Vettori. Okay, and this point I'd like to also point out something. The DJ on the ground, especially New Zealand games, are shit, absolute shit, and sometimes they're epic, with how shit they are. Because look, they're playing "Desert Rose" by Sting. They're playing "Every Breath You Take" by Police. They're playing was Gautier, someone that I used to know. They're playing love songs. Why they're playing love songs in an intense game, man? They're playing, they're playing "Broken" by Amy Lee and that guy who tries to be Triple H with a guitar. And what one of the most epic soundtracks I've heard is the Itchy and Scratchy theme. He played the Itchy and Scratchy theme in the middle of a cricket match. Great. Okay, then then there was another bowling change, and this was Corey Anderson bowling left arm over. Okay, 15.4 over, balanced 51 partnership were up, so they were settling in. And at this point, the occasional fours were coming, and they were rotating the strike, so the idea was good. After 16, Bangladesh was 77 for 2. They had a good idea, but they needed a better idea at this point. McClenaghan comes in to bowl the 19th again. Okay. After 20 overs, Bangladesh were 85 for 2. New Zealand were definitely pulling this game back, but Bangladesh need to add some force to their side of the pole as well, because anything below 300, man, and game gone. Vettori comes in again to bowl the 22nd, and this is good use of Vettori, I guess. Okay, 24.1 BD 101 for 2. This was when the 100 came up, but still, you need to pick it up more. After 25, Bangladesh were 106 for 2. Okay, now the batsmen are in form. No, the batsmen have settled in. They know the pace of the wicket. They have seen all the bowlers, so now they needed to accelerate. Tim Southey comes in to bowl the 27th. Okay, 26.5. Sarkar goes to his maiden 50, his first ODI 50. So congratulations for him. Okay. 27.4 OV. Samir Sarkar tries to hit Daniel Vettori for a 6 down the wicket, just the long on area, and he gets caught by Anderson. Good for Sarkar. He goes for 51. Bangladesh for 170 for 3. Okay, and the new batsman is the Shackman, Shakib Al-Hassan. Okay, 27.5 OV. Riyadh goes to his 50 with a risky single. Maybe cut those out. Last match he got to his 100 with a risky single. Now got to his 50 with a risky single. And last match he got run out. Don't forget it. Okay, Trent Bolt comes in to bowl the 29th. Okay, 30 over gone. Balance 126 for 3. And I'm like, gotta have more than 4, y'all. Okay. Riyadh, although he was the first BD player, Bangladesh player to score 3 consecutive 50s in a World Cup tournament, Bangladesh, you kind of felt were becoming spineless and they needed the spine back. I'm like, fuck. Well, run rate is just around 4. I mean, Shakib, he's a street smart cricketer. He can push and nudge the ball and poke the ball around. Do something about it. Tim Southey to bowl the 31st. And Corey Anderson to bowl the 32nd. And Corey Anderson was getting some shape, yo. And nothing special that over. Trent Bolt to bowl the 33rd. And yeah, the power play was taken, by the way, from the after 33 overs, I believe. And Bangladesh were 138 for 3. Okay, the idea was good from Shakib to actually take the power play early. And even Shakib realized that any score under 300, New Zealand will swallow this total and will not even burp. Okay, Anderson comes in again to bowl the 34th. Okay. This was unnecessary, y'all. This was unnecessary. Shakib Al Hasan got 13 runs in this over, and then
Mr. Anderson
bowl something very wide, and Shakib Al Hasan, he gets the bottom edge, and then he gets out. And like, you know, Shaq needed to be there, man. Okay, he goes for I believe a 23. Yeah, he goes for 23. Balance for 151 for 4. I'm like, not again, man. Come on. Now I'm like, don't give Mr. Anderson a wicket, man. Give someone else. No, not Anderson. Okay, new batsman is Mashfiqur Rahim. And Daniel Vettori comes in to bowl the 34th. Oh, sorry. Or the 35th. 35 over Bangladesh, 161 for 4. And then we got hashtag 6 out of nowhere from Mahmudullah Riyad. And yeah, I'd like to see this trending whenever someone hits a 6, like, you know, like just out of the blues. Okay, so after end of 38 overs and the batting power play, balance 175 for 4. Okay, there's a big wicket of Shakib Al Hasan, and you had 37 runs, I think. Okay, and 37 runs, meh. Overall, it was bad. Not too bad, but you know, it was bad. And now I'm like, okay, they need to fucking fire you. Okay, after 39 overs, Vettori was done. He got 1 wicket. And, you know, Corey Anderson, he was actually, surprisingly, he was bowling well. Okay, and so well that in 39.2 overs, Anderson actually manages to get the edge of Mashfiqur Rahim, who I think tried to come down the wicket and tried to, like, you know, I don't know what he was trying to do. Like, you know, maybe play it down to third man or just hit it. But he edges one to the keeper, Luke Ronke, and then and he goes for, I believe, he goes for 15. And Bangladesh 182 for 5. I'm like, fuck, man, Bangladesh are definitely gonna lose this. Okay, now Sabir Rahman, the anomaly, what I call the anomaly in the side, was a new batsman in. Okay, end of 40, Bangladesh 184 for 5. And Bangladesh should now target to get to 200 by the end of 40. 200 at least. And I'm like, oh God, help Bangladesh with Saudi remaining, who's still having overs. McClenaghan comes in to bowl the 41st. And Saudi to bowl the 43rd. 42.2 overs, BD 200 were up. So already, you know, ate up some balls into the last 10 to bring up the 200. After 43, Bangladesh are 209 for 5. So a few quick runs. Okay. there was a decent crowd and you had a good BD support, but mostly were Kiwi support. 44 gone balanced for 216 for 5. Okay, and by this point, Mahmoudullah Riyadi was a 93. I'm like, do not get out at this point, yo. Do not get out. Like, we need to achieve, bigger and better things once you get the opportunities. Okay, McClanagan to bowl the 45th. And McClanagan, he was falling over a lot, by the way. A lot. After 45 balance for 230 for 5. So, decent. Trent Bolt comes in to bowl the 46th. Okay, 45.2 over the second 50-run partnership was up, which was almost 2 runs a ball. So they were, that was a rapid fire partnership, and they need to start doing this, a bit earlier if possible. Because, like I said, considering what team is coming up, every chance BD gets, BD should take it. And by this time, Mahmoudullah Riyadi was a 96. And 46 done, BD 238 for 5. So New Zealand actually pulled this over back. And Trent Bolt was done. 46.3 over. Congratulations, Mahmoudullah Riyadi. Gets to century. Back-to-back centuries. First against England, now against New Zealand. Both of them, the commentator said Western style of bowling, and especially New Zealand in New Zealand with the intensity and the form New Zealand were in, with bowlers like Trent Bolt and Tim Southee who actually ran through bowling attacks. So congratulations for Mahmoudullah for getting a century against this team. And also he was the second Bangladeshi player to actually get back-to-back centuries after Shahriar Nafeez. But we know Shahriar Nafeez, he's now dwelling in the domestic circuit and struggling in the domestic circuit itself. Okay, this is ODI centuries. Okay, after 47, balanced to 150 up, and Riyad was smashing it, man. He was playing like one cover drive on one knee and the other I'd like to call this a Jaru shot, right? It's like like he takes one of those the village type brooms and brushes under the bed, that kind of cover drive shot. He was that confident in the pace of the wicket. Actually, in the end of 47, this is a small correction for me. Balance are 254 for 5. Okay, now Grant Elliott comes in to bowl the 48. And here's where Bangladesh should be fucking careful, y'all. They need to be a bit more wary of these part-timers. Okay. Sabir Rahman, he was also hitting it big time. Better than run a ball. And Grant Elliott, he gets this smashing Sabir Rahman out for 40. And here's okay, Sabir Rahman, you got good talent, but you need to learn how to not get out. Bangladesh are 260 for 6. New man in was Nasser Hussain. After for 40, Bangladesh are 265 for 6. I'm like go for fucking broke, yo. Okay. Average first innings total on this ground were 273. And this one, Bangladesh is gonna lose, man. You're gonna fucking lose, yo. Sorry. Yeah, for 48, sorry. 255 for 6. 65 for 6. Tim Southee to bowl the 49th. Bangladesh are 272 for 6. Grant Elliott comes in to bowl the last over. I thought it was Seamus, but it is Grant Elliott. Okay, okay. For 9.5 over, Nasser is saying gets caught by Ross Taylor. He goes for 11 after hitting a 6, so he's going for 11. Uh, Okay, and the last ball had 1 run. I believe Mahmudullah scored a run, and Bangladesh ended up at 288 for 7. Okay, the fucking man of the moment was Mahmudullah Riyad from Moimonshing. Mahmudullah Riyad from Moimonshing. That's how what's his name? Shamim Chaudhry would actually put it. 128 not out against this attack, and there was something in it for the bowlers. This is not like 100% batsman friendly. There was something in it for the bowlers, and he came in at such a crucial stage when the ball was still swinging like a motherfucker. Okay, granted he got one chance, but still he took advantage of that chance. And what an inning! 128 not out, and hopefully he will continue this form against against the quarterfinal. The team, in the team with the quarterfinals. Okay, for the first time, New Zealand have not bowled out a team. For the first time, New Zealand have not bowled out a team in this tournament, and that team is Bangladesh. Congratulations, fucking congratulations, yo! And that is not to be taken lightly. That shit is not to be taken lightly. The Bangladesh, the one team Bangladesh have not, New Zealand have not bowled out is Bangladesh. In New Zealand. But Bangladesh will lose because Bangladesh were at least 30 runs short, because fuck, man, anything below 300, 310, but New Zealand are just going to chew it up and eat it up, and not even have to floss, because there won't be no crumbs remaining either. Okay, now the New Zealand innings. Okay, that's it. Okay, the Shaq man to open the bowling. Okay, and Bangladesh started with the maiden from the Shaq man, and you New Zealand were just testing the waters. Tajul Islam to bowl the second. Here's where I started banging my head. I'm like, why? Why Tajul Islam? His first over goes for 8 runs. So the pressure already taken off the maiden. And me, I'm saying, play to fucking win this game, Bangladesh. You youngsters, you're coming in a pressure situation to win this game. If you can win this game, you solidify your place in the side, and you put more reason behind why you should be selected. And besides, because India will see this as an easy game for them to easy game for them to win, to go to the semis. And I'm sick and fucking tired of Bangladesh making other teams look good, especially India, and to an extent especially Pakistan as well. I'm sick and tired of Bangladesh, they looking good and getting back into form against Bangladesh, mostly against Bangladesh. And this is why do not open the bowling with Shakib, especially in a small ground like this with New Zealand in form, because the next over went for 16 runs. And guess who the 16 runs came from? Martin Guptill. Yeah, after 3, New Zealand were 24 for 0 after starting with the maiden. Yeah, and Rubel was sent to bowl the 4th. And I'm like, they're just checking him for 1 over. They're gonna make him look shit too. And I'm like, okay, Andy, at least don't win this with 2 wickets, with 10 wickets. At least lose 1 or 2 wickets, so that we have something to salvage. But next ball, Shakib gets McCullum out for 8. So they did their homework on Shakib. No, they did their homework on McCullum, and And given the age of the internet, all the other people, are starting to copy off Bangladesh's homework. The next batsman is Kane Williamson. Okay. My PC started jacking off again, but 8.5 over, Shakib gets Kane Williamson out, and later on I found out it was a catch to TI. Okay. After 5, Bangladesh neither were 33 for 2, and Williamson went for 1. Okay, Ross Taylor was the next batsman in, and look at it this way: both the batsmen with a point to prove were actually came in. Like with a point to prove, trying to get back to form are in the middle. I'm like, okay, here we go, the same script. Bangladesh will get rid of the fragile batsman, and then the informed batsman will come in and show us why Bangladesh are dwelling at number 9. Okay, there was one delivery by Rubel Hossain to Martin Guptill, and the replay showed this was a clear LBW, but Bangladesh were very hesitant, and I know that was a difficult chance because there were 2 noises, but they should have fucking taken the review, man. Come on, especially when it was opening batsman. I think they should have taken the review. Okay, Taijul comes in again to bowl the 9th. And 8.4 over New Zealand 50 were up, so they're already on the game. And Taskin Ahmed to bowl the 10th. And after 10, New Zealand 57 for 2, so they're already on track. I'm like, 200% they're gonna win this. Okay, 11.3 overs, Martin Guptill gets his 50. This is how quickly he got a 50. Just do 11.3 overs to get a 50. Expense of Bangladesh. Okay, there were many easy runs coming, and this is where there's a problem. I'm like, did they focus too much on McCullum and not at all on the others? Is that the case? Okay, 13.1 over. Taskin bowls and he gets a 4 of the first ball of the new over. 50 partnership was up between Ross Taylor and Martin Guptill. So there were 83. I'm like, there's the driveway, man. There's the road. Just cruise to victory. Okay, 15th over. Tajul Islam starting, I believe, over the wicket. Yeah, you need to be accurate with that shit, man. Okay, and here's another example of the weird DJ. The DJ was playing "Sweet Home Alabama" by Leonard Skinner. I'm like, dude, come on, man, dang old Leonard Skinner. Rubel to bowl the 17. I'm like, you might as well just put a bullet machine out there. Because after that, the 95 for 2. I'm like, just have a bowling machine out there. No. He had a good comeback over, not taking anything away from him, but it's not. I think it's not going to amount to shit. Because NZ were still ahead of the run rate, and they were going to win, because they had the run rate in check all the time. That's a very good art. That's a very good art. That's a very important art. Samaya Sarkar to bowl the 18th. I'm like, was Bangladesh in experimental mode and not in cricket mode? Okay, 18.1 over. Martin Guptill edges one of Rubel, past the slip region for 4, and the 100 were up. I'm like, okay, now even fortune is with New Zealand. Okay, after 20, New Zealand were 110 for 2. And you could see, New Zealand were pretty much just going through the motions, that's all. Okay, and normally Rahman comes in to bowl the I believe the 21st. I'm like, oh, Bangladesh are, they're in a big time hurry to lose this match, yo. Okay, 23.5 OV. The 100-run from partnership, from a 50-run partnership, was up between Ross Taylor and Martin Guptill. And yeah, at this point, you figured out Shakib is not the best guy to actually captain the side. The captain should have been Mushfiqur Rahim. It shouldn't have been Shakib, because Shakib has a weird philosophy of captaining. He's still stuck in that place where we have to win the game with spinners. Okay, Mawla to bowl the 25th, and I'm like, should him or Nasser Hussain have come in earlier? And he starts bowling round the wicket. Why is he bowling round the wicket? He is not a right-handed Shakib Al Hasan. Okay, he can't bowl that wide round the wicket, especially to right-handed batsmen. Okay, after 25, New Zealand were 148 for 2. I'm like, they're gonna fucking win this year. And me at this point, you know what? Bangladesh is actually missing Mashrafi Mortaza, because Mashrafi Mortaza was an intelligent bowler. He detected the conditions very well, and he knew what to do. He knew what to do. Like, for most of the time, either trouble the batsman, get him out, or at least minimize the damage. He knew what to do. 25.2 for New Zealand, 150 were up. I'm like, fucking get it over with already, man. I need to fucking go to sleep. I'm sleepy. Okay, 26th over ball by Taskin Ahmed. And finally, 26.3 over Mawla fucking gets his brain back. Okay, his bowling brain back, and decides to come over the wicket, because I think that's where he's best to right-handers. Okay, 27.1 over. Guptill gets to his 6th and fastest century against BD. You see what I mean? Against BD. Fastest century against BD. But good work by Martin Guptill. Martin Guptill, he's actually like a talented batsman, because I've been seeing him for quite some time. He's a talented batsman. Shakman to bowl 29. And Tajir Hassan to bowl the 30th. And after 30, New Zealand won 164 for 2. I'm like, okay, Bangladesh have pulled out the singles cow, and put it right in the middle of the pitch, and because New Zealand are just milking that cow and getting all the singles that they can get from the singles cow. Okay, 30.4 over the Shakman, Shakib Al Hasan finally gets the wicket, of Martin Guptill, and he was trying to go big, and he gets caught by Rubal Hussain. He goes for a very good 105. New Zealand were 164 for 3, and drinks were taken. Okay, the new batsman was Grant Elliott. Okay, 32.5 over Ross Taylor, who was actually never looking in touch in this match, in form in this match. He was more of just struggling to find his timing. He struggled his way to a 50. And Rubal Hussain to bowl the 35th. Okay. Now I started coming up with something called a feel-good number, because once you start feeling bad, you devise something to make you feel good. Okay. After 36 overs, New Zealand were 196 for 3. Okay, the required run rate was around 5.8, and by that run rate, they needed to be they need to be 209. They need 209 to be on par with the run rate. Okay, Tajikistan bowled the first over of the power play, and there's starting to be a bit of turn. Okay, another thing. Rubul Hussain, he bowled the fastest today at above, I believe, 145 Ks. Okay, he bowled faster than Tim Southee and Trent Bolt. He bowled the fastest today. And in this match, he was misused, by the way. He was misused. 38th over, New Zealand, 200 were up. And Grant Garrett was sweeping the shit out of Tajul Islam. So, end of that over, 208 for 3. And they needed to be 221. That's a feel-good number. 38.5 over. Okay, Rubul Hussain gets Grant Elliott out 38.5 over. He gets caught at deep point, and it's a timely wicket. And once again, Rubul Hussain, the man. He's going for 39. New Zealand were 210 for 4. Excuse me. Okay, now with batsmen like, there is no chance New Zealand are gonna lose this match. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Okay. End of the 39. New Zealand 210 for 4. They need to be 227. It's a feel good number. And for me, this is one of the penultimate overs. Okay, and Nasser was saying to Bolt, I'm like, why now? Why wasn't he brought in before? Because he's a good bowler, yo. And my point. Nasser was saying 41.2 over. Nasser was saying gets Ross Taylor out 41.2 over. He goes for 56, and New Zealand were 219 for 5. Okay, now here's a blunder by Taylor. Taylor, he actually goes for the review and then starts walking off. Before the review even starts, before the footage was even shown, of what happened. I'm like, what the fuck? If your team needed that review later on, then blame your ass. Okay, Luke Ronke is new batsman, and I've seen Luke Ronke before. He can hit the ball big time. Okay, 42 over gone. New Zealand were 223 for 5, and they needed to be 244, I believe. 244. That was a feel-good number. And I'm like, remove Tafkin Ahmed. Anderson is fucking smashing him out the ground like anything. Okay, and here at this point, the commentators actually made a good point that in this World Cup specifically, the team with the most ruthless aggression, the team with the most killer instinct, if you will actually win this Cricket World Cup. In other words, the team that plays the most intense and hardest cricket and cricket with ferocity will win this World Cup. Okay, take notes, whoever, all you fucking thong wearing she-male pussies over there on ESPN Cricket Info, who's saying that this is not a battlefield, this is just a game. You should be very polite, and you should say thank you, and you should say thank you, and you should say pardon me, and when you bowl a bouncer, you should go hug the batsman, hug him. Fucking. Hold on. I gotta check my camera. No, I'm good. Okay. And New Zealand were 235 for 5. The next over. Okay, I believe the end of 45. The feel good number was 250. No, sorry, was it? Okay, okay, there might be a mistake there. Shakib was born the 45th, I believe. First ball, Anderson! He has the first Shakib Al-Hasan ball before 6. Okay, 44.4 over. Shakib Al-Hasan gets Luke Ronchi out for 9. The new man is Daniel Vettori. Okay, end of 45. New Zealand were 249 for 6. Okay, the feel good number was 261 at this point. Okay, end of next over. New Zealand were 256 for 6. They need to be 267. 33 runs of 24 balls remaining. I'm like, New Zealand are fucking gonna win this year. Mahmudullah comes back and I'm like, holy crap. And starts with a fucking bad ball. Okay, 43.4 over. Again! Fucking again! A catch was dropped. I don't. This was a difficult catch, and props to the man who actually came in and ran like a motherfucker, like Nathar was saying, and tried to get the ball, but just overestimating the distance and just overshot the jump, I guess. But still, man, you need to take these catches, man. If you gotta make it to the semis. Okay, after 47, New Zealand were 263 for 3. The field goal number was 273. Okay, 47.1 over. Nathar was saying, Nathar was saying he bowled a bad delivery, and I think it was Anderson who actually hit a 6. And there was a catch also taken by by an orange shirt guy. So, everything going New Zealand's way, even from a fan perspective. So 20 of 17 right now needed. I'm like, fuck. Okay, 47.2 over, by the way. Nasser saying he bowls a bit quicker, a bit flatter, and Anderson gets bowled. He goes for a dangerous 39 of 26, and New Zealand were, I believe, 269 for 7. New batsman was Tim Southee. The 20 of 16 needed. Then 20 of 15. Then 19 of 14. Then 17 of 11. And here's where. And next ball it goes for 6. Also, now this 17 of 13 was the previous one. So the last 12 balls you need 11 runs. I'm like, this, match gone, man, match gone. And Vettori should have been caught once, by Nathar was saying. 278 for 7 were New Zealand, and that should have happened. Martin Guptill should have been reviewed for LBW. And here's one of the biggest problems that happened here. Shakib Al-Hasan bowls the 49th, where all the commentators and the mothers were saying it should have been Rubul Hussain. Okay, single taken, Dan back on strike, 10 of 11. Then 9 of 10, then 9 of 9. Okay, 48.4 over, a huge 6. And I'm like, Tim Southee hit a 6 on his birthday, that too. I'm like, oh, where's Shakib? Fuck. Then the next ball was a 4. Shakib, what the fuck do you do, man? We had this game. We fucking had this game, Shakib. Because Rubal Hussain had New Zealand's number so many times. So many times, even today, Rubal Hussain was fucking twisting New Zealand batsmen up with his fucking firing pace, yo. And this is shit you pull, man. Like, and with the dead bowling, like they even showed the clips of Rubal Hussain dead bowling, and then Shakib was like, no, we're gonna put a spinner on. So this is why I said like Shakib was the wrong man to actually captain the side. Okay, but overall, the match was a very good match. In fact, New Zealand were pushed. Like, apart from Australia, New Zealand were not pushed. Against England, New Zealand were not pushed. Against Sri Lanka, New Zealand were not pushed. Against Bangladesh, New Zealand were pushed to their limit when their middle order was tested. Like, alright, you middle order, let's see what the fuck you can do. Bangladesh definitely missed more. In fact, had Murtaza been in this game, I think Bangladesh would have won this match. Because Murtaza would have brought in Rubel. And if Murtaza came back in, maybe Tajul Islam wouldn't play. And Tajul Islam, he didn't provide that much anyways. And by the way, if a spinner can get a movement off the pitch, you're damn right Murtaza can get the same movement off the pitch. Because Murtaza, he bowls like a 130k spinner, pretty much. Okay, so Bangladesh were missing Murtaza, but then again, very close game, but unfortunately, now we are put right in the mouth of the shark. And the shark has been seeing, the Indian shark, they have been seeing how this Bengali, this Royal Bengal Hilsha fish, is wiggling around. So the shark knows exactly how and where and when to bite, to close its jaws in, and where exactly the teeth should penetrate the flesh. So they know, so that minimal effort is required, and the Hilsha fish will die very quick, and very quick, and very efficiently. The shark can kill the Hilsha fish, okay? Because India have been India, they have been studying Bangladesh, and they will know how to attack, what to attack, who to bring on, and then when to be vigilant, when to be less vigilant. They will know this. Even Mahmudullah, there are kinks in his armor. Mahmudullah has some weaknesses. They will know this. TI has big weaknesses. They will know this. Okay, Shakib has big Shakib owes us a match-winning performance. Okay, Shakib owes us a match-winning performance. It can't be Mahmudullah all the time. Come on. So this will be I will not have too much of a problem if Bangladesh lose to India, but obviously I will have some problem because a lot of people, myself included, we don't like the Indian cricket team. It's mostly because of the attitude and the media. It's the media that makes us hate the team. So fuck the Indian media for that. But other than that, I will be fucking pissed off if you get another 58 all out. Another 78 all out, another 100 all out. Another piece of shit performance from 2014. If we pull another shit like that, I'll be fucking pissed off, man. Then we didn't deserve to be in the quarterfinals anyway. And that motherfucker, Navjot Singh Sidhu, alright? Navjot Singh Sidhu with a fucking phony ass degree from not the University of Chandigarh, the university in the sewers of Chandigarh, right? Perhaps, from a knockoff university, the guy with the phony ass degree will be proven right. I don't want that to happen. Bangladesh were always 30 runs short. I said this from the beginning, man. 30 runs short, man. Had we had 300 runs, this game would have been won by Bangladesh, and a lot of people know it. I think Guptill was the man of the match, but then again, good innings by Guptill, good innings by Mahmudullah staying not out. And yeah, that about covers it. And yeah, Bangladesh definitely mismastered Murtaza, and Shakib Al Hasan once again showed why he's the wrong man for to be the captain. It should have been Mushfiqur Rahim. Alright, and that's about it. I'm looking forward to your comments and suggestions. This is Tanveer Side signing out.